Success in business is having the ability to do what you want, when you want, and work with who you want.
Are you an expert? Is one of those very generic and broad questions that get put out into the online space quite a lot. And we truly believe that for you to be successful in the online space, you need to be known for something very specific and you need to be an expert. Yes. And so what we want to do today is actually use the interaction that's happened across overnight for us with all of your answers and going and diving deep into Mr. Lin Trinh, Coach Lin, talking about what this expertise looks like and what result it is that you guys want to be known for.
Yeah, so I think today's episode, which is episode number 14, we're going to be diving into the conversation of why you need to specialize if you're going to be a successful coach in 2019. And I think I want to start off by first defining success. Success in business is having the ability to do what you want, when you want, and work with who you want. Okay? For you to have freedom to work with your best clients, for you to have freedom because you've got enough money coming in to cover your expenses, your bills, for you to have the freedom for you to travel and work anywhere in the world if you're a travel bug. Kerry's a big travel bug. I'm not so much of a travel bug. But that's freedom. And ultimately defining freedom. Freedom's not 7 figures, it's not 8 figures. I've generally found that the number to freedom is 7 figures. It's $1 million or more. And if you're making 6 figures, $150,000, $300,000, that's really cool. But I guarantee that you're working in your business and you're not working on your business. And when you leave your business, it kind of crumbles. And so that freedom number is going to be different for everybody. It could be $600,000 in revenue. It could be 800, it could be 1.2 million, depending on your expenses. But I first want to define that because this is really, really important. The conversation that we had, the discussion inside of the Facebook group, and I want to go in and I want to share it. This was the, are you an expert? If so, comment below. And what's really funny is I was just reading through this last night as I was going to bed, and I'm just trying to figure out, okay, if I'm going to help, I've got a very specific roadmap that's taken me 3 to 4 years to figure out the exact step-by-step system. If I had to start again from scratch, what would I do to actually build an online coaching movement, work with the clients that I want to work with, have freedom, have clients coming in, be able to get clients consistently, coach them consistently, deliver them, and build a business. And this is where we've come together, Kerry, inside of the 1% to create the one path. And I go, but I can only apply this model if somebody knows what it is that they want to build, if they know their message, and if they know what they stand for, and if they know what result that they get. And it's taken me years to actually figure it out. And I think the very first thing, as we'll dive in, we'll have a look at this. When I asked this question, this was really funny because a lot of people answered the question by saying, hey, I help these people. So they figured out who their niche was. So I help dads lose weight, right? They figured out who their niche was, but they actually didn't figure out what they were an expert at. Okay? They figured out, and this is the key fundamental, because I can help you if you know this. You're still a commodity, and you can't stand out if you do this. So I'm going to differentiate these drawings, because we've worked so hard to figure out how to blow experts up, and then we take our system and then we apply it to you. And it's really funny because a lot of people don't want to specialize. And I know why they don't want to specialize, because when you're in the gym and you've got 20 clients and there are like 200 members, if you specialize, then you're not going to get anybody. Does that make sense? It becomes really, really hard. And even at our gym yesterday, Kerry, I was thinking on it, on our workout, and I was like, yeah, it would be hard to specialize because you're limited to the amount of people that you expose yourself to unless you can drive paid advertising. And if I was back at the gym now, like I think about this a lot. I would package up a program to work with me for 12, 24 weeks. Inside of that, I would include the cost of the gym membership. I would negotiate with the gym. I would charge $3,000 for it, including the membership. So when somebody comes in, they speak to me, I close them on the package, and they don't actually have to ever go through the membership area and the membership people. I'm doing both the gym and me a sale. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would do. But and I say this because I go, as much as I want to help fitness coaches build a business and create a movement, I know that so many fitness coaches want to start an online movement, but because they figure out who they want to help, this is my niche, but they don't specialize and own a result, it becomes very hard to market, it becomes very hard to stand out, and it becomes very hard to create a system. So
I definitely want to dive into this notion of a system as well, because once we're actually going into some of these, like Aaron Sim, I love the fact that he redid it a little bit later on. So let's go into that first. But also then I want to give you guys the thought of what system it is that you use, because that's what makes you unique. Correct.
And so I want to kind of put this side by side, and then that way I can take up the whole screen and share this with everybody here. So Aaron said, perfect example. I coach mums to be leaders, and I go, okay, if we're looking at the left-hand side or the right-hand side, where does Aaron play? Does he play he knows his niche, or does he go, this is the result that I produce, and if you want this result, I can get it for you. Okay. And if I go Aaron's niche, he knows his niche. He helps mums, but he's not specific enough in what results he produces for mums. Does that make sense? And it could be like, well, I get mums really strong and get them back into shape. And then I'm specific about that. And I can put a specific tangible measure. You know, for example, if he's a strength coach for mums, he can say, I can help mums deadlift 100 kilos. This is the system that I use to help mums deadlift 100 kilos. And then he markets that message to mums who are actually in the gym that want to deadlift 100 kilos.
About an hour later, he writes back he writes back and he revises it, and he says he gets mums out of yo-yo dieting, under eating, to a long-term protocol that lasts for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. Cool. So and that's better. That's better. But the question that I want to know, and the question for everyone in here, and this will pick up, is what result do you want to put your name next to? Now, because everybody focuses, and niching has been one of those things where everyone talks about, well, you should niche down, you should know your ideal client. And I'm like, fuck that shit, right? Like, fuck the ideal client for a second. Because that everybody's got it wrong. And when I started diving into courses in 2014, it was like the internet marketing world just regurgitates a whole bunch of shit, and then everyone that learns shit just teaches that shit, and then we end up getting the same shit getting taught around. You don't want to start off with the niche. You never want to start off with the niche. You want to start off with, what result do you want to be known for? What specific result do you want to be known for? And I'm going to give you an example. If I'm a bodybuilding coach and I help bikini girls, I'll go, hey, I want to be known to help women achieve a top 3 podium finish. That's it. I don't think about who I want. I don't think about who I want to work with. I don't think about I just go, this is the result that I want to own. And I want to be the best at this. And this is the idea of specializing and being a specialist. And I think I got caught up in the trap. And I'm sure, Kara, you've been through many courses before, and everyone starts with who's your avatar? Who's your ideal client? And it's like, wait. You can't stand out if you think about who you're trying to help and their symptoms. Okay? You can't stand out. Because everyone helps mums lose weight. Everybody helps dads lose weight. Everybody does a 12-week transformation. You have to go, what am I going to own? What am I going to be known for? And that's a really difficult thing. That's a really, really difficult thing. Because let's move along and let's go to the next one. So we got Michael. Is it Michael Sheepers? Okay, how would you pronounce that?
Yeah, I think I would say Sheepers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael Sheepers, 12-week transformation. Sorry, but it's true. And he knows that I'm about to grill him. So he says, sorry, right? And then I'm like, dude, cool. And I think I elaborated, 12-week transformations. But once again, where's the result? Okay. If you're a dad that wants to get below 10% body fat, my name is Michael Sheepers, and I can help you get there. And then you can create a system.
What I kind of like about what Michael says is that he's unapologetically sorry that the fact that his method, his system is 12 weeks and it's a transformation. Correct. I think what he would need to do with that is go deeper into actually selling the result, not selling the transformation.
Yeah. Perfect. I like this next one. This next one starts to get a little bit spicy. I'm an expert at conditioning. In a world of strength and conditioning, everyone knows a lot about the strength side of the equation, not so much about the conditioning. They say go all out for 30 seconds on, 30 seconds rest. It's the most common prescription. I have spent just as much time developing my knowledge around conditioning and have worked with many athletes in person. However, I haven't worked out how to take this online yet. So this is Hannah Peacock. This is good. I was like, okay, hold on. So what result do you get? And I questioned Hannah, and she came back and she was like, look at what she did. She just posted social proof, and she was like, fuck you, Lynn, in your face. Here's a middle finger for you. And I like that shit. Because when you're an expert and you have a system, you're unshakable. You have this thing called self-confidence. And I love the fact that Hannah is self-confident in herself. And that's one of the keys to backing your message and almost being unshakable, right? We talk a lot about being unshakable. I love that.
And I have to say that, so at the 1%, we don't care what methodology it is that you believe in, but we do care about how much you're willing to back yourself. So with Hannah, it is very specific that she does sled pushes. She does weeks 1 to 6 of etc. And we go, cool, Hannah, I might have my own personal belief, but that's not what counts. It's, Hannah, how much will you back yourself to your results with that?
Yeah. The thing here's the most fucked up part. It doesn't matter what you believe in. It does, but 99% of the times it doesn't. As long as you lead it, you experience it, and you believe in it, and you question it, and you've actually sat down. There's plenty of plant-based people. There's plenty of paleo people. There's plenty of different types of people, and that's cool. Because all of them, I guarantee, will be able to help people get further along than where they are, right? As a leader and as an expert, you've got to be unshakable. And you have to be able to stand by it. And the only way that you truly stand by it is if you live it. And so I like this right here because Hannah Peacock says, hey, I'm an expert. And then I question her and I say, so what results do you get? What results do you get for your athletes that's better than 30 on, 30 off? And then she says, I help athletes at a whole different level of conditioning. I make sure to develop all systems and even work on areas such as their oxidative capabilities of fast twitch muscles greater than methods that people didn't know exist. When I started working with this guy, he was gassing out in local competitions in Scotland. We got into a point where he was winning world kickboxing championships, and I had 1 to 2 sessions in person. And so I look at Hannah and I go, I'm going to use this again, Karen. You've heard me use this before, but she helps athletes get the edge, or she brings out the 10%. She helps athletes become the top tier, take it to the next level. That's what she does, and she helps them with. And she owns this result of bringing the best, of helping athletes reach their highest potential. That's what she's an expert at. And I go, okay, cool. Then we start to segment which athletes she wants to work with, and then we go to market. So I love it, because when you are an expert and you own a result, marketing you becomes simple. Getting clients becomes simple. Creating a program becomes simple. The hardest part is, what result are you going to be willing to put your flag on? You climb Mount Everest, you plant your flag, and you go, here it is, I'm owning this. And this is the time where I'm telling a lot of coaches to stop being generalists, and then to have that self-confidence to narrow yourself down, understanding that you can market to the whole world, 7 billion people. Okay, even then, 1 billion people who can probably buy your products. You only need 1,000 true fans to build a 7-figure movement. I mean, when I look at Nick and Anthony and Kitty, they've got multiple 7-figure movement. They've got 500 clients. So you only need 500 clients to actually have this freedom. So, but you will never get the 500 if you're vague in general and you don't own a result. What do you think of Hannah Peacock, by the way, Kez? I really like it. She just started screenshotting shit.
I really like it too. And I think without actually specifying the result that she owns, she's showing the result.
Yeah. She's like, fuck you. I'll back this up. I like that. That already, to me, and I'll message Hannah with her 7-figure plan, because it's simple with this. It's like, okay, take this system that I've learned and I've actually gone through and developed and tested and tried, spent millions of dollars, time, years experience, take it and go. So Hannah, I'll be messaging you a little bit later. Jason Cheong. I'm an expert at teaching people how to move effectively. Jason Cheong. Okay, Jason, question for you, buddy.
I remember Jason as well from a previous question that you've asked, which I know he uses calisthenics.
Yeah, cool.
So I think he's trying to reword it in such a way that it kind of presents the method into a result of the moving effectively. But it is quite general.
It is general, and it becomes hard to market, and it becomes hard for Jason to differentiate himself out from the rest of the market, and it ultimately becomes hard for him to go, I have a system that can replicate this. And I think a lot of people, this is a hard question to answer, but if you answer this question, it's game over, right? It's like saying, hey, I'm going to use this analogy again. I know you didn't like it the first time. Hopefully I can bring it on the second time, right? We're going to San Fran in a month for our event. Now, if we're going to pick between two airlines, a general airline that flies everywhere, or an airline that's known to get us to San Fran faster, easier, better. It's an expert at flying long distances. No one's ever flown there before. I would then pick the expert over everyone else, because I know they know all of my pains. They can produce this result from me to San Fran, from Melbourne to San Fran, 16 hours with more comfort. They specialize in long distance flying. They specialize in this flight along this altitude to make the comfort levels much, much better. They are the experts at getting me to that destination time and time again. And because they fly thousands of people there back and forth every single day, they have more data and they have more reps, and they have a much more effective system at boarding and not boarding and unboarding and then getting through the US border. And if they sold me on that and why they're better and why they've refined their system to just go from Melbourne to San Fran thousands of times, and that they can do this better than anybody else because everybody else generalizes, then hey, I'm going to work with them and I'll pay a premium because I know that the results are going to be better. It's been tested more. I know what to expect, and I know that the best at what they do.
I have an idea for Jason because I just stalked him a little bit on Facebook. What do you think about him owning the result of 0 to backflip?
I love this stalking. Let's have a look at Jason. Jason, I hope you don't mind, bro.
He's got talent.
Backflip. I think he's more like parkour. Is he a bit of parkour?
Quite like parkour as well.
I think he should. Yeah, I actually think he should do. I think he should get men into shape with calisthenics, using body weight workouts, and then showing them how to backflip, like getting them into the best shape of their life without stepping inside of the gym, and then playing off the fact that they can work out anywhere. And then he creates a whole entire movement of ripped men that can do fucking crazy exercises. That's the result. I'm an expert at getting men into shape without the gym, with calisthenics, right? And then he can start to narrow down who he talks to exactly. Okay, so I think that's where I would go there. But then it's one thing for us to stipulate this. It's another thing for a person to go, you know what? I want to own that shit. I want to.
Absolutely.
You know, if you ask me to be like.
Probably half the trouble that we come across is that we can see it in you, but unless you see it yourself, we can't give that to you. Yeah.
It's like if you were to ask me 3 years ago, Lynn, why don't you be an expert in dental marketing? Because I was. And then I was like, well, I don't want to. Like, it's boring as fuck. It's not my passion. And there's one thing, passion trumps everything else. So the reasons why I believe you need passion is because when your business starts to get really grindy, because there's times where you'll have to wake up, stay up longer. There's times where you're doing shit that you don't want to do. The passion will get you through. Money won't. Money won't get you to do anything. Okay. And passion then ignites your clients. Passion ignites your people that work with you. All right. Carrie, this is getting a bit spicy. This could go on for hours.
Yeah, I actually really like the next two as well with Thomas Clark.
Okay, so what you'll notice, I had a few, right? And then I was like, holy shit. Further to my initial question, I'm going to add, what key area of expertise are you known for or want to get known for? I said, I can't help generalists. And then I gave them examples. I'm a comp rep coach and I help bikini girls win shows. I'm a powerlifting coach and I help men quadruple their bench press. These are key areas of expertise, because then when you advertise, you can go out and run an ad, pull that person in, add tremendous value, and then they apply for coaching. That becomes relatively simple. All right, Thomas Clark. Kez, you read it. It's getting spicy, so I'm going to turn on the aircon.
I am an expert at evidence-based body composition and strength training.
All right. Evidence-based.
What I like about this is that I do find a specialty in body comp and strength training as well. Right? Because it doesn't just put you in the gen pop area. People that come to you want a specific result with their physique, but also to get strong as well. Strong and lean is a result.
Yeah. It's very similar to what we had at PB City, right?
Yeah. The thing that I guess when people do describe that is that they describe it in such a category, but not the actual result.
Yep. Cool.
Does that make sense?
So I agree. I think you're right. Like with someone like Thomas, I'm just going to go, nobody cares about evidence-based, bro. I'm going to put that out there. I love all the evidence-based gurus. Here's the thing. When you're trying to market and get attention, nobody gives a fuck. Okay. What people give a fuck about is what you're really good at, which is I help men get strong and lean. And all of my athletes that are under me are strong and lean. And so if you want to get strong and lean, come and work with me. I've got the system for men. I've got a system for men that can get you deadlifting 3 times your body weight, squatting twice your body weight, bench pressing 1.5 times your body weight, and looking lean. You don't look like a powerlifter. Here is the system. And funnily enough, Kerry, it's the exact system that I had with PB City, which we got them lean first. We then built them a bit of muscle. Then we use power building to get them along. So I know that works. It's just, let's look at, then, hold on. This is the other fucking thing. If Thomas then declares that he's going to do that, does he lead? And is he a practitioner of strong and lean? Is he like the level 5 version of his program? And we're just going to look at Tom, right? I'm going to go into his profile. Tom, This is, if you want to carry out this movement, bro, you on your profile better be strong and fucking lean. All right? Because strong and lean, what do you rate? He's lean. Has he got abs? Oh, look, he's giving the don't argue over here. He's fast.
Oh, athlete. Yeah.
He's an athlete. He's an athlete. All right. But here, if he wants to take that out and market that to everybody in the marketplace, he better have abs. He better look jacked. He better be lean, and he better be lifting some impressive weights. And then he just hammers that. He says, look, this is the system. This is the system. This is the system. That's how you take this shit and blow it up. And yeah, let's keep going. I think Thomas, perfect. This is the other thing, because I know so many people have tried to take the strong and lean thing, but they aren't strong and they're not lean. So you can't really do it. Okay. Michael, there's Bella going a bit of a rampage, giving everybody a bit of a wake up call. There's Michael coming back because Gen Pop 12 weeks, been killing it for 12 years. And then I go, bro, I applaud the second attempt for coming back. Michael, I've said this, you still fail to tell me the result you get specifically. It's hard to stand out when you are not specific about what you do and what you don't do. This is a sentence that I want everybody to underline. It's hard to stand out when you're not specific about what it is that you do and what it is that you don't do. Now, if you're claiming to be an expert at one thing, that means you don't do a lot of other things. And most coaches can start off with a list of, to even find this, you might even start off with what you don't do. I don't help mums. Okay, I only help people in the gym. Okay, sweet. I only help people in the gym that have trained for a year. Okay, sweet. So that takes away a lot of people that you don't do. So then it allows you to specialize in what it is that you do very, very quickly.
I like that, actually, the exercise of, rather than starting right narrow and telling us what you do, I like the what don't you do?
Start with what don't you do? And what you'll find is you'll start to look back and go, well, shit, like you're afraid now to let go. But that fear is actually quite the opposite. Like you don't niche down because you fear repelling people, but you need to repel people if you're going to be known for one thing. Okay?
I'm also curious as well with Michael of whether he is online or if he's offline, which I
reckon he's online. Look at this guy. He should be running strong and lean.
Yeah. I actually think he's offline. I'm really not sure. I'm speculating here, but the reason being is I feel like his 12-week transformation is his system that he's described and packaged in a 12-week. Okay. And hundreds of results of that and his Gen Pop. We know from experience that you put Gen Pop into a group, into a community, it doesn't work. They don't gel. Yeah. They don't work together. Yeah. It's getting hundreds of results. Yeah. And the 12-week transformation individually, that's a different story. And I think that he's probably systemized it. He's able to do it offline to the Gen Pop. But if you were thinking about going online, hone that in, Michael, because...
So here's the thing, Kerry, that's a very fucking good point you make. You make some really good points every time I let you speak. And this is one of them, right? Michael he's a specialist at 12-week transformation programs. The thing that Michael will have trouble doing growing his business is not getting clients, but keeping clients. Because he's got mums, he's got dads, he's got kids, he's got older people, he's got everyone in his program. He's got models, he's got WBFF, the guy competes, cool. But everyone's in here and it becomes a room filled with everybody as opposed to a room with a lot of people that have common interests and commonalities that want to stick together in a tribe. And if you're looking for retention, lifetime value and keeping clients, because it's not about getting 1,000 true fans, it's about keeping 1,000 true fans. So Michael, you'll be able to get a business, but I don't have my coffee cup. I usually do, but it's like pouring water into a coffee cup only to have it leak on the other side, which means you'll be able to make money. It's just, you will never be able to grow money. Make money and grow money. Two different things. Okay. Kids, we've got Mark. I'm a physiotherapist. I help CrossFit athletes resolve knee and shoulder pain. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, we've got another physiotherapist / trainer in the house. How long have you been in private practice? I said, I had to leave after 3 months. He's been doing it for 4 years, which probably means he's 26, 25, Mark. And that's cool, right? But once again, where does Mark lie? Is he on the left or is he on the right? I help CrossFit athletes solve their knee and shoulder pains.
You know, I think he's about 70% to the right. And I think that there's that.
I think Mark is here, eh?
Yeah, I think that there's a micro shift that he needs to do because he's got a niche and he's also got a result that he fixes their knee and shoulder pain. But the expert and the result that he gets for CrossFit athletes, I'm making an assumption here, but these CrossFit athletes want to perform and have a long career in CrossFit.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want to be athletes. They want to win.
Yeah. Cool. So, Kerry, funnily enough, you're going to compete in the games next year, right? So if you wanted to work with Marky over here, would that be good enough for you to go, look, I want to work with the best. This guy's a specialist.
Oh, look, Mark, there's nothing.
Kerry can't let you down, Mark. Kerry just good at rejecting people. I will reject you for her. That is a no. Okay. So, Mark, because you're still playing here, in my opinion, if you want Kerry to buy from you and pay you top dollar, you got to say, Kerry, I'm going to get you to the games injury free. And to allow you to maximize your performance as an athlete completely injured. I've got a system that takes you from head to toe, that takes you from fucking tennis elbow to golfer's elbow to fucking all sorts of different elbows to getting you onto the podium and you're not injured. All of that niggling shoulder pain that you do with your clean and jerks, snatches, fucking thrusters, handstands, neck pain, all of that, I've got the system.
Sold.
Specialize. Sold. That's it. But then you go, it's kind of like Kerry doesn't want to solve her symptom. See, here's where Mark is the symptom solver. Mark is trying to solve the symptom of knee and shoulder pain. Kerry wants the vision and the result of being able to stand on a podium injury-free. No niggles. You're selling, I solve your symptoms. Symptoms versus vision. Okay, you want to know who else gets CrossFit athletes? Who else resolves knee and shoulder pain? Chiropractors. Okay, chiropractors, TENS, dry needling, acupuncture, massage. It means you're then going to be a commodity because it's kind of like shit. So you specialize in helping this niche, but you don't specialize at producing results, brother. That's the difference. People pay for results. They don't specialize. They don't want to work with you because you're known to help knee injuries. They want to work with you because they know that you're known to cure knee injuries, non-existent. Okay, that's the result. I think we're going a bit too far, but this is real good.
Can we do two more?
Yeah, we'll do two more. We'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You want to pick from any one or two? Look, Michael Jackson was watching Popcorn. You know what? I'm actually really surprised. There were no trolls. If there's one area of fitness that there are trolls, it's personal trainers. Except Thomas Clues, of course. I'm an expert at watching you be an expert. He was the only troll that rocked up. But aside from everyone else, everyone took this actually really serious. So it was good. Kez, what do you want? Oh, we've got a natty bodybuilder.
Yes, so I want to do Max and then I want to do Aaron. I think it's fair that we go downwards.
We'll go top to bottom. They got in first. Early birds.
Yes, so Max, I am an expert in giving young professional women 25 to 30 the body and the confidence they want through educating them on mindset, training, nutrition in a step-by-step system.
Okay.
The
Max here,
reason
or is Max here?
He's quite red.
He's quite red. Sorry, Max.
Yeah.
Even that hurt Kerry.
But let me, yes, I know.
Red. If Kerry says you're red, in my eyes, you're just blood red.
look, the reason why I really did want to go into this is because this is a trap of what niching can do, where they're young professional women, 25 to 30, in a 5-year generation that is very, very narrow, the body and the confidence that they want through educating them. And then the rest is basically fitness wrapped in really nice wording.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Do you know what I think Max is trying to say? That would be blue.
Yeah. Hit me.
I help young women be hot and break free from binge eating and emotional eating. Versus, I'm an expert at giving young people, young women, the body and the confidence they want through educating them on the mindset, training, nutrition, and step-by-step system. Like, I like this. It's just red. It's just, you're not selling me the result. So I help young women get hot. And you might not want to use hot because that's just very surface level, but you can use different words like get lean, get the body of their dreams, and break through from this vicious emotional eating cycle that's eating them up inside. That's the result, Maxi. Sorry, we had Marky before the physio. Maxi.
Max and I have a couple of mutual friends on Facebook, but I do also want to mention that when I'm looking at his profile, he's a recomp specialist. He's a body.
That's a recomp specialist?
Well, sorry, not recomp as in the brand recomp. And I don't. Yeah, recomposer. He actually might be, but he's
good old Maxi over here works at Travis Jones's gym, RBT. He's done some recomp. I'm sure we have a few friends. He's from Melbourne. Let's go to Erin. Erin's got a good one, but I think Max. That's what I would say. If you own that result, you know what's hard, Kez, about owning a result?
You have to own it.
You have to know what the fuck to do to get to that result.
Mm.
That's why not a lot of people want to own results. A lot of people play vague because if they get mediocre results, they have a lot of air and fluff to move around. But if you go, I'm going to help you break through from emotional binge eating, and then you speak to your girl 12 months later and you haven't broken her through, you haven't actually gotten the results, so you don't deserve to get paid. End of story. And because not a lot of people want to own that result, because not a lot of people know how to, which then begs the question, you must then be able to back up your results with knowledge, systems, training, coaching, accountability, skills, evolving your mindset. Let's go to Erin.
So Erin, she is a natural bodybuilding expert who trains individuals who think they are too average or ever to have a fit muscular physique. She makes ordinary extraordinary. Okay.
Cool. I just love this Michael Jackson little gift, by the way. It's just, I know that there's tons of people right now eating their popcorn, watching this and listening to this. So I just think with Erin, here's the reality of the situation. She's a natural bodybuilding expert, and then she wants to train average people. That's like saying, and here's the gripe, average people don't want a bodybuilding expert because that's not the thing that they want the most. I tell you who would pay money for Erin, thousands of dollars. It's natural people that are thinking of competing naturally that want a place. And if she's a natural bodybuilding expert, she can help comp prep these people and go, I will help you get into the best conditioning of your life. Now, depending, she might have 2 packages. She might go work with me for a year. We'll build your body from the ground fucking up. We'll have to get you really strong because as a natural athlete, you can't be big and you can't have muscle if you're not strong. But you're not natty, right, Kez? But I think Erin here should own the fact that, hey, she can help you get in the most conditioned. She can talk about her expertise as the most conditioned natural bodybuilding athlete that she can create. Now, she talks about conditioning and getting somebody really conditioned, then they'll win. And so she has this expertise around getting natural bodybuilders extremely shredded, diced, and then she has to figure out that result. I think
that's a really, yeah, I think that's a really interesting point, because now we actually do dive into who wants what you have, because Erin does produce a very specific result. She gets the natural bodybuilder on stage, albeit it is going to take a long time. There is a specific system. But now it talks about who actually wants that. And I do love her vision, because she eventually does take the average person who probably doesn't believe that they can do it naturally, right? Yes. And I think that puts her in a very unique angle as well. The average person, or the person who's actually wanting to get into the bodybuilding sport,
they don't want it that much. They're not going to take out their wallet. They're not going to give you. They'll give you $100. Here's the reality of the situation. I'm going to tell you this. Our program, how valuable is our program that can help an expert build a multiple seven-figure online fitness movement to my dad, Vietnamese guy, 62 years old, sitting at home mowing his lawn, gardening. The program's valuable, but because I'm putting it to the wrong person, my dad's like, why would I pay for this? Are you serious? Is that how much you charge? The fuck? I'll give you nothing for it. You should be paying me. That's what he'll say, right? Then you move up the chain and then you start to go, okay, if I can give this program to an expert, how much is it worth to them? It's worth multiple seven figures. They see the value. So with Erin, it's kind of like she's got this system, but she's putting it in front of the wrong person, which she should actually be hitting up natural athletes going, the reasons why you're not winning shows is because you're not conditioned enough. And the reasons why you're not conditioned enough is because, I don't know. I sucked in my 2012 show. I wasn't conditioned at all. Like, we'll laugh about that later. But I think, Erin has to own a result and then bring it to the people. It's like, where do you set up a hamburger store? Where you find the most hungriest people? Where are they? Where are people hungry for hamburgers? Start to find places where, festivals, big malls, shopping places where people want to eat, where they want to sit down. Why do you think there's like a cafe in every bookstore right now? Because as people are reading books, they want to sit down, get their coffee and read the book with the coffee and then buy the book. So they're kind of like, they want to spend more time, so they'll have the coffee. That's why there's coffee in bookstores. So you just need to find out where people are hungriest. Kez, I think we're going to wrap. That was a good banter.
That was a good banter. That was so much fun. And it's actually getting fun to know you guys and who's actually inside of this group. So
yeah, they're slowly creeping. They're slowly coming out. They're coming out of their house.
Look, I think it would be awesome to actually ask you guys more of these questions and put the feelers out there of you guys and how you guys respond back to Lynn's questions. And then we can discuss them and we can get you on live and get you guys engaging and interacting with us.
Yeah, I just see so much shit online where most fitness coaches or PTs think that they can build a business and they don't specialize, only to build a business, don't specialize, and then get like no movement, no traction whatsoever. But I go, if you do specialize, you can make shit happen. You make some real big shit happen. But yeah, that's it from us. That's it. That's a wrap. Hey, Kez, we done?
We done, but there will be more.
Yeah. There will be more to always come. That's it, team. Have a wonderful time. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Yesterday wasn't easy. I had to say goodbye to my best friend. Thought to the end.